outside of Austin, Texas, is Lake Travis. Okay, they named this lake after the beach.
Oh, I'm watching B.
I thought you were making it up. I was like, Lake Travis.
It's Lake Travis Pageant. Everyone just says Lake Travis.
Okay.
Right? Been there 200 years, believe it or not. Named after the beach.
As
So
old as Ron
I get there and I tell these guys on the opening speech, I'm like, listen, it has been my dream ever since they named this lake after me to come here and gather. The gnarly bar in Austin, thanks to Gary Ray, thanks to the San Antonio guys, Robbie Burnett cannot beat Dimitri Kitchen. Welcome to the show, Gary. How are you?
How long? It's funny you asked that. I'm not doing too well. I need the dates to cheer me up. I need the dates to cheer me up.
I got news for you. When I was listening to those damn
For some
stories
reason.
you were telling,
Oh, whatever.
I was disgusted. I wanted to leave. Did we lose viewers? Did we lose any subscribers?
I only have the purple one lower because it's shorter, and this way it ends up being even. But it's good to have different angles too.
What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you, bro?
Excuse my amateurness. Shout out to ARM TV and Travis Bajent Live.
None of it.
Can you hold on 1 second?
No.
The right view.
All right. What'd you say? Something about bugs?
Nap time.
Nap time.
Okay, so can I apologize?
No, man, don't fuck this show up.
The last time we got off, you said, hey, Phil like we spent a lot of time on you.
I mean, listen, I'm ready. I'm ready for the great story. Nah, I don't want to hear no more of these bad stories, man. No.
Can I just say one thing?
No.
I have to say you were right. Bill Collins, he said he was going to sue me.
For some reason,
He is. This fucking
when I go light, it hurts more than when I go heavy. When I go heavy, it's
I am 2 days
like I feel it in my
away.
muscles,
The letter says I can't use my
but my
logo
joints
anymore.
for some reason hurt when I do reps.
Just because of you in this show.
I don't know why that is.
Holy shit.
Dude,
I feel
I
like I'm
scrubbed
weird.
his whole Facebook. I
Nothing
couldn't
to do,
find
right?
one mention of RTV. If you buy half of RTV, wouldn't you have said something to somebody?
That's a good angle. I
I
like
don't
that
know,
angle.
bro.
Okay.
Bro.
One more thing, then we're moving on.
Yes, sir. What's up?
I was thinking about moving the other ones down.
The
but
schoolboy
I
thing.
like that, actually.
At least,
Listen, that's the
at least-
simplest. It's the simplest thing in the world to explain. Do you want me to explain the schoolboy situation to you? The name was hardcore, but just like Bill Collins, they caught you at a point where you were not paying attention to arm wrestling.
For some reason, when I lift
To the
heavy,
point
I have to listen to music, but I can listen to like a podcast if I'm doing like arm wrestling reps.
You did that because there is no fucking way in the world that Schoolboy or Bill Collins is in this situation right now if you don't go to work.
You can work your head. This is how you work your head.
Go to CrossFit,
Have something soft.
lose 200 pounds, meet this hot chick, get married, have a kid, and
Doesn't have to be heavy
lucky
either.
enough that the catastrophe of
If you're brand new or very new, anyway, I suggest
Was
working on your form though.
soft. It was
Don't
a
do hits
soft
until you know what you're
landing
doing,
because
because
of
you
the
might hit with
stud
bad form.
that you hung out with. Which then, only because you have married a stud, do you now have the opportunity to then bounce back.
Hits hurt though.
And now you have the audacity to be retardedly upset about people that recognize your value as more than this. They recognize the value.
Oh no. It's an advertisement. Gary Roberts, you're making money off arm wrestlers with your advertisements. Just kidding.
Are you ready to help Grandma? This is gonna be so good.
See, this is how you do it. You work all the way until the ad comes on. The ads you break.
It's perfect.
Value.
Just kidding.
That's, I'm just telling you, nobody
Ow,
cares
my arm.
except you. Just
It
like
seems-
nobody cares that Joseph went on a tear. I told you, my man Joseph out of Minnesota, he don't play that shit. You take some content and my man is to strangle you. So I get it. But I'm just telling you right now, it's the same story. Every single person. That's the business they're in.
That hurts.
Everyone has a story.
Quit
The
arm wrestling.
story of the video guy.
You win nothing,
Story of the
and you
website
get hurt. You
is
get pain.
that, hey, yo, don't ever touch my shit. Yet, shit's being touched all the time.
Okay, just one. I respect that opinion, and thank you for giving
You
it.
do
to
not
me.
want arm wrestle,
I
trust
just
me.
have one more thing.
Hurts way too bad.
None of you guys, when
If you're lucky, you
saw
might win
that
$100.
on TV on his website, which you know you did, how come none of my friends called me to say, hey,
Because
If
you
you
didn't
can't tell,
call
this is
any
live.
of us to tell you what
December,
your free time was.
whatever,
Ever.
6th.
You did
I'm
not
way
call
behind.
us while you were filming.
This is probably 3 months old.
Whatever the fat man.
3
You
months
were
ago.
living your life. Every one of us said, damn, that dude done bought RTV. And then we called Gary, and Gary's like, how about filming a fat man? Fucking shut the fuck up. Don't call me back. I put stuff off. All right, motherfucker. Listen, I'm just telling you right now, I, honestly, too, I thought RTV was worth this much. Because you wasn't there anymore. You decided you had a job. I have no reason to think that you
Pretty soon I'm gonna show you secrets, so keep watching. It's not really a secret, but
about RTV. And that's why
I could put more bands on here, but eh.
That's all.
Dude,
Now,
These red
what do
ones
you
are
want?
pretty
You want
light.
it back? What's your goal? If you could have whatever you wanted, what would be the deal?
well, I mean, for one, I just wish somebody recognized it, like, why I'd be upset. I mean, everyone's like, what's your problem? Oh, man.
Yeah. Your problem is you're mad at yourself.
Dude, well, why would I sign a thing with Bill unless I really wanted to bring RTV back? Obviously, I was trying to find ways.
Oh, I thought you gave it to Bill so that he could bring RTV back.
I barely
That
ever
no
use
existence
these, but
of ever
since the gyms are closed.
TV again. Am I wrong about that? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I thought I didn't have the time to do it.
It's actually probably a good
I'm
idea,
giving
though.
perception, I believe,
I feel all this right here.
of the majority.
Who says you don't use shoulders in arm wrestling?
That
You do,
have
a lot.
not even 2 minutes to spend on anything about stealing content off the internet and stealing something. Well, the trademark name is a little hardcore. It is a little hardcore. Can we get Alex on the phone to discuss exactly? Have you ever discussed the process? I mean,
What
because in my opinion, Alex did not sit at home and say, I'm gonna jack Gary's shit because it's worth $1 million. I think that Alex was an arm wrestling fan, just like Artem, just like probably you, picked up a camera, realized there was a couple dollars that they were gonna be at the place where they just filmed it. They could maybe get their gas money paid for, right? Maybe they could film their aunt who was arm wrestling for the first day. I don't know.
I do want to put
But
my
I
hands
find it
on.
hard to believe that the entire process was a deliberate mastermind scheme to understand that even though Gary rates this as zero worth, it's really worth $1 gazillion, and I'm gonna grab it and rob it. I mean, if that did happen, you're the only one that cares. If that happened,
I don't know what the best view is, so.
that's all the way bad. You're the only one that cares. And if it didn't happen like that, and it was way more accidentally and organic, and you allowed it because you were gone. And not only were you gone, you did not think that you would come back as the present form you're in. No way. I mean, look at your fucking signings. Look at the signage all over.
I actually agree with a lot of what Travis says.
Hey, and I love
Probably
you, bro. Look, I got
90%.
problems too, man. I would love to tell you them, but you know what you're gonna say? Bro, makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah.
Obviously, that one's joking, but
If you're in that business, you have no problem. But listen, you got it. What are you gonna do about Bill Collins, man? I mean, gee, my hey, what does Bill Collins? What's he want? What's he want? Start a lucrative career, marriage with you?
Okay,
Roll,
so
right?
this is my last set.
here's what I came up with. Are you ready? RMTV is me. Without RMTV, yes, it's not worth zero, but it's worth. But the name is still valuable to me, regardless of what you say. But when RMTV,
I mean, I'm just saying, as valuable as you thought it was to you, that name. How the fuck did this happen? What exactly were you doing for 4 years where you did not even one time click RMTV on the Google thing? Because my man would have popped up. Third, I mean, I'm just saying, how much value did you have for it when you signed it over to Bill for free?
Bill said he would invest money, which he did not.
Right. Yeah, you guys didn't do it.
I didn't have money to invest. He said he would put money into it. I thought that was
To do
my
what?
No.
Right, but I mean, what were you
Oh, that
going to do? Were you
fucking
going
hurts.
to get back in the arm wrestling then? Is that what you were going to do? Or you were just going to, you didn't have to get back, just had to sign that paper, and he would take care of everything with content and money.
See, I'm stupid. The paperwork said nothing specific, but we talked about, like, obviously if I ever wanted to come back, I would, and it was like that door was open, but, the point of the story is,
I'm gonna have to move
When
the
you
table
contacted
closer.
Bill
Or,
now, does he want to do
Further,
the
I can't
investing,
remember.
and does he have a plan? Is he just,
no, I think he wants half of whatever I do now going forward.
I won't be able to do as much this
But
week.
here-
I don't
okay, yeah,
think.
okay, well then, that's fine, and put the number on it. I think $650,000 is the initial investment that we need to clear up.
Yeah. Okay, so just to add on to what you're saying, if you're saying that over the last 4 years I showed zero value by caring, that's exactly.
No, you asked me why we didn't tell you about
Right.
RMTV, and I was
Right.
saying, I didn't tell you, but how the fuck did you know?
That's what but that's my point, is that Bill Collins didn't care either.
Not at all.
They're ripping
Right,
Bill
so how does
Collins.
he claim ownership?
You can do this many
But he
ways. You can
didn't
do
care.
it through here and then wrap it around once, twice,
That's what I mean. Like I don't.
or
know
you can
how
do.
Bill Collins
I'll show you another way
possibly accept
in a couple minutes. I don't know if I can be able to do this. My right's
the person
dinged up.
that resides over this case.
If it hurts, I'm not
It's
going.
not gonna be in our midst. It's gonna be some
Right.
person that's looking at paperwork, but, I mean, let's liquidate everything immediately. Let's
Oh.
roll. What is this thing
Let's
called?
just-
Speech TV, Speech by I don't give a fuck. Let's go, I'll sign the
Just,
paperwork right now. Matter of fact, but, hey, let's just rebrand everything.
RMTV mean, okay, I get what you're saying, but RMTV,
I'm
those
not gonna be able to
words-
hit it with my right though,
I
because
have
there's
to
the side pressure.
That is, it's so meaningful to me,
Or you can hold it like this.
and that's the
I like
important.
doing it this
Anyways, okay,
And
let's
just
try
wrap it
this.
once.
Rebrand, rebrand.
Okay, listen, Game of Arms, you talked about like the contracts, and you talked about you getting into like at the last minute, but I kind of want to more like what the filming process was like, what your involvement with
I'm
the
not gonna hurt my
teams
right,
and the
so.
stories, and like was it like we hear about reality TV, like it's kind of scripted, but kind of real. Before we get into the Tom Nelson, like, I want to get the build up. Remember, we've already covered some of the contract stuff. I want to cover more of the details of what the experience was like, and then build up to the Tom Nelson stuff. Like, did you have a choice of the teams? How did you know about teams? Like, tell me about, what was your first call of Game of Arms with, like, hey, we want you to be with so and so.
Game of Arms was the best thing to ever happen to arm wrestling in the USA, by far. By far. At least in my time, at least in the last 12 years.
I'm not 100%, but Ben Murray ended up being
And WAL should be
human being
tournaments
that I did
again.
a lot of work with throughout the Game of Arms and the World Wrestling League. Almost my entire dealings
Well, that feels
with the
good.
Game of Arms and the WAL. Ben Murray was my point of contact for the whole situation.
Or at least it feels
Ben
okay.
is a producer, director, project manager, but super humble, like on the bottom floor,
Nerds, though.
helping with the grimiest of things. Yet, when we go into Fox Studios with Steve Kaplan or with Dan Alani, he's there as well. So, reminds me a lot of Saban, not quite as artistic, but amazing, even better at managing, I would say. And pretty damn artistic too. So, so Ben Murray calls and says, we are thinking about doing a reality show, da-da-da-da. Would you be interested? I say yes. 4 months.
I feel like this is the same story I've heard
I get another
in a
phone
different
call,
episode.
and it is Bart Wood, and maybe Don Underwood, Alan Fisher, Mike Solaris.
I could tell a story.
I don't know which, but those four
Maybe I
guys
will.
had not only been contacted, but had like Skype interviews and were starting to they were starting to all believe that they were going to be the host of a team. Right?
This might
So-
die, his battery might die.
Because of their skills or because of like personality?
I can tell a story while I do this. I was at the Arnold Classic in 2013, and Don Underwood came up to me. He came up to me and John Grant, and he said there was going to be like a get together that evening at it was like a mechanic garage. And they were gonna have arm wrestling tables there, and if there's anyone that was close to you, you could call them up for a super match. Because they wanted some super matches. This was like this was a game of arms. Ben Murray was there. That's the first time I talked to Ben Murray. And we all went there, and I remember I didn't really particularly want to pull anyone. It was after we pulled the Arnold. It wasn't for anything official. It was just for fun. But they had the cameras out. And then I was gonna pull Ken McKinney. I shouldn't even tell this story, but I feel bad saying anything with anybody because some people will get offended. But anyway, so I was gonna pull Ken McKinney just because we figured, we might be a good match. Then Tim Lewis was gonna pull Mike Fopp, and I said, "How come you guys are pulling? No one would be close. Mike will kill you." And then I said, "Me and you would be a closer match, Tim." This was when Tim was. He was pulling 76 sometimes, but I think he pulled 98s that weekend. I think he missed weight. I can't remember for sure. Or maybe he didn't try the cut. And I was 76, and Tim was like, "I will kill you." And then I was just like, "Let's go." And then, so we ended up pulling instead. And John Thompson, Uncle John, was there, and he was like, "You don't want any piece of Josh, especially left-handed." And Tim's like, "Really?" And then, I don't know. I don't consider myself to be, even at that time or now, whatever, to be that much better than Tim, if any better. But that day, I remember this very clear. So Lefty we pulled, and they wanted us to talk trash, and I had a shirt on that I bought that day, and the shirt said "Man Up and Bring It," so it was like the perfect shirt. And I pulled Tim in the first match. He stopped me left-handed, and I pinned him, but then I elbow followed off the back, and I missed it. And then I don't know, I was saying something, I can't remember what, like talking trash, and then Tim was just like, "Watch his elbow next time." And I did follow, but they missed it. In the second match, I beat him legit. I can't remember how it went, and then we pulled it right. And it was just that day, his right was so weak, he was carving in on the go, like before the go, and I was just going like this. And I'm not a top roller usually. I was just going like this and busting his wrist out before the go even, straight out of his hook. And he knew he was fucked. And then I slammed the shit out of him. And actually, and then they wanted me to talk shit in the camera because it was like a rough draft of Game of Arms that never happened. But they were like starting filming and trying to get ideas. And I remember Tim was like, "You're on Bosgan level now." I think it was Bosgan. He said, I was like, "I don't think I'm that strong." I was like, "I went 0-2 at the Arnold today," but and then it was either Bosgan or it might have been Corey Miller level. And then the next morning at the hotel, at breakfast, I saw Dave Chafee because all the arm wrestlers mostly stay at the same hotel. And he was like, "What's up, Tim Lewis Killer?" Because he was there. I got all kinds of stories I could tell. I just have 2 bands now, so it's pretty light, but I still I get burns quick. I think for me it doesn't matter if I go heavy or light, as long as I'm not like too sore to go heavy. I still burn. So this is how I was working hits the other day. Giving away all my secrets now. I don't want to do that today, but still put that there because my knuckles are hitting the tabletop. I could tell all kinds of stories. What other story could I tell? Yeah, they wanted me to talk shit in the camera, and I was like, "Man up and bring it," 'cause that's the shirt I had. I can't remember. I don't think I talked that much shit. I was just like, "Yeah, Tim's pretty good," but I smoked him or something like that. Tim's a strong dude. He's like, his bench is like almost twice as strong as mine. He was a bit weaker back then. He was lighter, but he was tired. That was a fun day. I wish that footage. I doubt that footage is anywhere, but I thought it was going to be on TV. After a couple months, I didn't think it was going to be on TV anymore, though. Good research about arm wrestling being on TV. It never was. Raise your hand if you don't like doing supination. This feels pretty good though in this light, so this one's like a press. Training too a little bit. My press on my left is terrible. I never press. I don't know if I should put the purple band on here because it might be too much, but let's see how this is. Well, I'm just going to try the purple band with one red band. The purple band's probably equal to, I'm just guessing, 2.5, maybe 2.5 red bands, approximately. I don't know if this angle I have that either. It was awesome for pulling, but I don't know if it's going to be good for pronation. There it feels really heavy. Yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. Fucking break something probably. Maybe like this. Maybe not. Oh. Maybe I could, but there's no point getting injured. You know, I like to go really heavy when I lift. Not like this lifting, but like just generally. But sometimes I think it's stupid. It's actually smarter to go lighter. Doesn't have to be light, but staying healthy is a fine trade-off. I don't know how guys like, you can say drugs or whatever, but I don't know how guys like, seemingly anyway, maybe they don't and it's just what you see on the internet, but it seems like guys like Levon and Araceli and I don't know, those guys are going heavy every workout, which I do too actually, but I don't know, I get hurt. I don't know how they stay healthy. This is fucking heavy. The purple band's shorter, so I'm gonna go a little closer. Hopefully this view's still good. Probably never was good, but I watched TAL yesterday. The 2 matches of the day of all I saw. I didn't watch the amateurs though, but I watched the pro. I missed a little bit of it, and I watched the super matches. And by far the best 2 matches were Topi and Merritt. And actually, my favorite match was, or matches were, I loved that Jacob Abbott Todd Hutchings finals. Jacob Abbott is so underrated. I want to see Jacob Abbott pull Pablo left-handed. That'd be so awesome. And right, but I think left would be interesting. TAL. Jacob Abbott versus Pablo, 220. 220, 230, anything. Any of those weights, that'd be awesome. I think that'd be a great match. They both like the hook. Both really strong in the hook. This is a good way to get hurt for me, but because I have shoulder pain all the time. I'm sure no one's gonna watch this, but hope the band doesn't break. Oh, that's done. Does anyone ever get pain back here? And it comes when you do side pressure. I don't know if that's my rotator cuff or like my scapula or. But if you do, what is your remedy? Exercise or, yeah, I guess exercise. Or a stretch maybe that you do to fix it. That pain is my worst enemy. It wasn't my elbow pain. My elbows feel good these days usually, for the most part. I don't know. No reason to go this heavy anymore, so. But I do want to do a few more reps. Do 3 red bands. Maybe 3 red bands is actually easier than the purple band. We'll find out. I'll even just use that purple band. I'll be laying on my couch. And I'll be doing certain exercises every now and again. Not very often, but did you hear that? That was my shoulder. Am I right? Oh, this feels good. You can go. Hopefully this angle is still good. You can go use different angles, obviously. You can go more side pressure, or you can go like post. I feel like my right or my left's gonna be sore tomorrow until at least noon. That's fine. I'm going to a tournament in 2 weeks, but I'm not saying which one. Oh. All these reps though, usually I don't get too sore. So If this camera is not dead yet, I'm shocked.